So this is Farlight 84. It's a mobile game that's just been ported over to PC. And let me tell you something, it's actually super fun to play. So this game is actually a different take on Battle Royale, and best of all, it's absolutely free to play. Now Farlight bolsters a current roster size of 14 heroes, and they all slot into 4 different classes: attack, defense, scout, and support. And in this video, we're going to go through all 14 heroes and cover their passive abilities, their abilities, and their ultimate abilities. And at the end, I'll let you know who I think are the best heroes right now in Farlight 84. MK.r by design is robot looking, and if you've played Apex Legends, you're instantly reminded of Pathfinder. And well, you wouldn't be wrong, because MK.r is an attack hero, and his passive ability gives him movement capabilities just like Pathfinder, without the grapple. MK.r's passive ability is called Down and Out, and it essentially allows MK.r to reset their jetpack cooldown after every kill and assist, which gives him really good movement. So if this is your type of playstyle, this is definitely one for you. Now the first ability MK.r has is called Spray and Pray, which does exactly what it says on the tin. It ignores ammo limits and allows you to straight spray that gun. However, MK.r's main ability is literally his secret weapon. It fires a bombardment of rockets in the area in front of MK.r, and it does 20 damage per rocket. Next up, Ember, and he's the opposite of MK.r. This is more of a defensive hero, and his skills reflect that. His first passive skill is his perfect sight makes him immune to vision disturbances from smoke bombs. So this is a good counter to Moi Moi, who we'll cover a bit later. Ironically, his other ability is a smoke bomb, which of course benefits from his passive. Guess that makes sense, right? And his main ability is called Vision Erosion. He releases a dense fog that reduces vision for all enemies in that area, which can be used to either plan an escape around or use it to reposition and get the upper hand. I personally like using it to restore shields or get that med kit off. I know other people like to pop this against people that are aggressive players, so when they push into your ability, they are completely exposed and often dead. Phantom. This is our first scout, and by design, visually very appealing, and her passive is extra headshot damage with sniper rifles. And trust me, using Phantom if you are a sniper type player, you have true potential for one-shot downs, especially using the bar. Now, staying true to her scout-like class, her other ability is she deploys a portable scout device that you can throw on the floor and get info on your enemy locations, which again could be really useful for popping when you know someone is nearby. But it's her ultimate ability I find most useful, and that's called Optic Camo, which sees her go invisible, which can allow you to creep up on your enemies and take a free shot, or easily evade them should you want to go undetected and maybe pick up a down teammate. But that would be big brain plays. Moi Moi. Now this is a support character that, as you can see, I fell in a trap of purchasing this skin. However, is actually really useful to any team she is on. Her passive ability allows you and your teammates to use med kits and restore shields faster, which when in tight situations can really be the difference maker between winning and losing gunfights. Her first ability is a smoke bomb, which throws a smoke, and as you level up, this can inflict damage too. But I think at the end of the game, when snipers are aiming down at you, throwing this smoke can really help you reposition. However, her main ability is called Hoarder Drop that you can call in, and it has a supply crate full of goodies that you and your team can loot and hopefully further acquiring items that you need. However, this isn't the best support character in my opinion. Now, another defender hero called the Watchman. His passive ability is when he takes damage, an energy barrier is automatically generated. This effect, however, does have a static cooldown, so it doesn't help you in every gunfight. Now, his first ability is called Bunkers, which sees this defensive shield pop up. Now, when paired with his ultimate ability called the Freeze Defense Turret, which causes enemies to slow and also does damage to them, this can be a force to be reckoned with. And it's also the perfect for corner camping. Actually, don't play like that. I don't want to go against any Watchman sitting in the corner. Now, the Captain, which looks a bit like me, I guess. If you think so, let me know in the comments down below. But this is another defensive hero. His passive ability allows him to take a damage reduction when encountering area of effect attacks, such as MK.r's main ability. In addition, his first ability also allows him to deploy a specially crafted spherical energy barrier, oh that's a mouthful, which basically is a protection dome, and it can be used to prevent from abilities like MK.r's. However, his ultimate ability, the Aqua Blast, allows a powerful water gun that can deal damage and slow enemies. Now we have Maggie, an all-round attack hero which is based around movement. And you guessed it, her passive ability lets her movement speed increase for a short period of time after using a jetpack, which can be helpful for evading gunfights. Her first ability lets her throw a portable grenade that deals damage to all enemies in that area, and her ultimate ability, the Aero Zoom, which allows her to overload that jetpack circuit and flight cooldown times for the duration of her ability, making her one of the best movement heroes in the game. Lucinda is another attack hero. Her passive Shotgun Assault allows her magazine capacity and reload times to both be increased, which is perfect if you plan to use the shotgun as one of your two weapons. However, if you don't, then it's not that great. Her first ability is called Portable Incendiary Bomb, and that allows her to throw an incendiary grenade that does continuous damage to enemies within that area. Now the big one, her ultimate ability is called Absolute Gravity. When she throws a card device that forms a mini black hole, it drags all enemies within range to the center of that black hole. And also, it slows down vehicles too. But to be honest, whilst this sounds good, I've never really seen this used to good effect in game. Now the hacker hero, Syfer, which falls in the support category. Her passive, SMG Pro, makes SMG reload times increase, so a hero definitely worth considering if you use guns that empty clips unbelievably fast. Her first skill type is Area Beacon. This allows her to gain key location information on nearby enemies, which is super useful for intel. And her main ability, EMP Shock, launches a EMP into enemy devices, damaging shields of all enemies within the range, and temporarily deactivates the use of jetpacks. So this would actually be a really good counter to Maggie, who just activated her ability, or Yong to avoid detection. Now Cenna, who is another support hero and probably one of the best in the game in my opinion. Her emergency aid passive can rescue teammates faster than anyone else in the game, which if you're solo queuing, this may help you keep you in the battle for longer. Her first ability, Restoration Field, deploys a recovery device that provides healing and shield repairs to teammates within that range, which again, whilst Moi Moi grants you faster speed repairing your medkits and shield cells yourself, this is more of a passive option. Cenna's ultimate ability is MK.r, and is the best support in the game. She deploys a small drone next to each teammate which can rescue or heal them. Yong is a scout hero by design, and the passive ability allows him to see enemy footprints. Yet his first ability, Springboard, allows Yong to deploy that springboard that ejects the user at high speeds in the air. This is good for movement and getting around the map. However, Yong's ultimate ability, called Divulge, provides teammates with intel on enemies within that certain range, which makes Yong one of the best intel rogues in the game in my opinion. Sunill, another support hero, but in my opinion not as good as Moi Moi nor Cenna. Sunill's passive is called Adrenaline, which allows him to increase movement speed, which in my opinion is less team play than both other support heroes. His first ability is the same as Yong's, that deploys a springboard that ejects users at faster speeds and allows them to get around the map a little bit faster. His ultimate ability, Hologram Guide, essentially removes debuffs from allies and increases movement speeds and increases damage for a short period of time. For me, as I already said, this hero is weaker than both Moi Moi and Cenna. Now we are nearly there, but we're on Ducksyde, a defensive hero which again shares some skills with other heroes. The passive, however, is unique, which once in every while Ducksyde can use the shield recharger with double effect, which when you think you can use Moi Moi to recharge your shields faster, this could be a very good combo to have on your team. Now, his first ability is called the Smoke Bomb, and we've already covered this in the video, and it can be really helpful for repositioning. And his ultimate ability is called the Travel Barrier, which creates a large protective barrier that moves and follows Ducksyde. Now, last but not least, Beau, who is an attack hero that is best paired with assault rifles. And the reason for that is his passive allows him to increase the magazine capacity of any AR. Now, his first skill type is Frenzy Blast, that throws a portable grenade that damages all enemies around that area. And his ultimate ability is the Cluster Grenade, which is a custom grenade which splits into multiple smaller grenades, which causes extra damage after the initial explosion. So we've covered every single hero right now in Farlight 84. So let me know in the comments down below which one is your favorite right now. But for more Farlight 84 videos, then check this video out here.